Bitcoin is a bank in cyberspace. Monetary energy, core of the earth. Doubles every year. Listen to my words. Selling doesn't hurt. Selling is absurd. It's like cutting off your wings, but you want to be a bird.
So just as mentioned the other day, Bitcoin tested the 33,000 something that I said, 33,600. Actually, the line was still drawn there. The white line was still drawn there, and it's definitely tested it, right? So this is what I'm trying to say. It's like, even though sometimes on a short term you'll see a trend reversal, oh, we're all bullish, oh, we're gonna have a breakout, oh, we're gonna go to the moon, we're gonna do this, we're gonna do that. Facts is something else, right? The more data is king, right? So the data is king. Data says, no, we're still going down. We've still got numbers on play. We've still got the 33K, 33,600 on play. And we played that exactly to the point, right? Market cap hovering around the $1.4 trillion. 1.2 is a very significant level. It needs to hold that. And then we see where we go. So there's a lot of shaking out happening, you know? I mean, unfortunately, sadly, and this is what I have to say, sadly, the brainwashed are getting their wallet washed by Biden announcement and news and this and that, by FUD, right? So someone manipulates it, puts out a little bit of FUD, right? And then the brainwashed people get their wallets washed. That's all I have to say, right? I know a lot of people are kind of like, who's entering now. Guys, same thing. Right now, you're getting the biggest discount in your life, right? On BTC, I'll tell you this. But you have to be buying within an intention of 5 years. If you don't buy with the intention of holding for 5 years, BTC is king, by the way. Forget the shitcoins. As I said on many videos recently, I've said, if you haven't bought some shitcoin, don't buy it, right? Don't go in, don't FOMO in, none of that business, right? Don't. If you're willing to risk whatever amount of money you are, then you go in. And what I mean by risk is you got to hold it for a longer time, right? This is not going to reverse itself within the next week or two, right? It's not. Trust me. Maybe, but the point is this is going to play out over a long time, you know. And I still stick to my same thing that I've advised to people. Guys, stop looking at your phone. Just stop looking at numbers. Stop looking at everything. If you're dollar cost averaging in, continue dollar cost averaging in. This is no financial advice, but this is the fact. Continue dollar cost averaging in, and you'll be fine, right? Hodlers and buyers, you're fine. There's nothing wrong with that. Sadly, traders are getting wiped out. Traders are seeing all sorts of dead cat bounce and whatnot and this and that and getting wiped out like hell, right? And the greater pattern that we saw is playing out. Now, someone recently suggested that the pattern, the bigger pattern, and I respect that, by the way. So, you know, some of the idiots were talking about head and shoulders on an hourly or a 4 hourly and this and that. I mean, those guys are honestly nonsense. You can't have that kind of data suggesting something. It's just they're looking for patterns everywhere. But somebody, I forgot what his name was, is on Twitter. He suggested this, and this is actually makes sense, right? So if you look at a greater length of time, calculate it way back from 65, all right, and have a look at the pattern, there is an inverse head and shoulders playing. So not the head and shoulders, an inverse head and shoulders. So the pattern inverse head and shoulder, if everybody wants to know if it's bullish or bearish, well, I have some news for you. It's bullish as fuck, right? A head and shoulders, which you can buy from your local grocery store, really helps you with getting rid of dandruff or whatnot, right? You know, and also brings the market down. So cleans out the market, literally lives up to its name. Head and shoulders, cleans your hair, cleans out the market. But inverse head and shoulder, now that's a different story. That's a different story, right? An inverse head and shoulder, if you look carefully, it's like a W within a W within a W, right? And it forms this upside down head and shoulder pattern, right? And it's very bullish, very bullish. And that's the pattern it's been playing. And this is one of the reasons why the 33K was still on the table. Because 33, actually, to be honest, 33K is on play, but 31K would be the actual bottom for the head and shoulders to inverse head and shoulders to play itself, right? So if we hit the 31K and then do the bounce, that would be the perfect execution, and it will give us the perfect right shoulder. So right now we're still forming the right shoulder. So this is what it is. Like, you just got to look at the pattern and see what happens. Also, a lot of people right now buying and talking about prices and this and that, and I'll tell you a little bit about prices. This is freaky, right? So, you know how when BTC Ethereum was cheaper, we did targets and we saw like 75k on the mark, 65k we did that already. We saw 75k, we saw 85k, we saw 93k, we saw 103k. All of these numbers we saw. There's a funny fact right now. Now that BTC and Ethereum, we also saw Ethereum first. I think we saw Ethereum close to, like, I think it was 4k, 5k, whatever. We hit the targets anyway. And so now when we come back and we do the fibs and everything right now, you're going to freak out, right? So the market's come down. We actually see bigger numbers. I was telling someone recently, I said, we're actually seeing 9,000 plus right now for Ethereum, all right? For Bitcoin, we're seeing 75k plus. I'm just going to keep it low for now. We're seeing 75k plus all the way up to 146k, right? Those are the numbers we're seeing on the bullish scenario. On the bearish scenario, I think this is it. I don't think we can go any lower. And even if we did, then I mentioned a few videos back, I said actually we've got the 20k mark, 20k mark still in play. But that's like the bull run over. But there's another funny fact about this. Number one fact, it looks too much similar to 2013 first top and then the dump, right? It looks very close to that. But it looks even more similar to what played out in 2019. So I'm not even talking about 2017 bull run. I'm talking about the mini bull run in 2019. This looks too close to that. If that's the case, right? And listen, I'm just going on, this is just my opinion, nothing else. No financial advice here. This is just education purposes. If that is the case, then I think there's some massive, massive numbers coming. I think every target we've ever made, everything we've ever done, just going to be blown away. The blow off top that we are going to have is going to be a proper blow off top. We've got loads of institutions coming in, loads of massive people, like, you know, like name in the industry, right? These are investors and multi-billionaires, right? They're coming in and they're saying, we're going to do this, we're going to do that, and they're all in it, right? And they're, a lot of the guys, if you haven't noticed, right? I mean, when you got presidents, when you got, you know, governments talking about Ethereum, and I'm not talking about a section of a government, like an arm of a government. No. That's different, right? So, you know, if you have, like, you know, in UK, if we have just the HMRC talking about it, that's a section, a department of the government, right? An arm of the government. In the US, it's the same thing, right? But when you got the actual government, the actual people sitting on the government seats, Congress or whatnot, and this and that, when you got those people talking about it, that's messed up. So this is what you got to understand, right? They are talking about it, and whenever they are talking about it, that means they got vested interest. So I'm not going to make this video any longer. This is going to be a very short video. I'm not going to do a chart or anything like this. Just hope you guys understand what's going on. Right now, if you've got BTC and if you're dollar cost averaging and carry on, if you've already got it, just hodl, chill, you know, but buy it with the intention for a longer time. That's all I'm going to say. And if you bought some shitty coins, like, you know, I'll call them criminal, like, you know, scam coins or whatnot, all the altcoins, right, shit coins, if you bought any of those, then chill out, right? If you already bought it, wait for it, get out. If you haven't bought it, you can pick some up now, but remember, whatever you buy, you've got to be willing to lose. So other than that, I've got a call coming through. I'm going to cut this video short. Like, share, and subscribe. I'll see you on another one. Adios, amigos.